What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Charlene, and I just want to thank you for tuning into the Surviving 20s podcast, where I am here to help you survive, thrive, and live your best life in your 20s. We're going to be discussing relationships, friendships, sex, religion, anything you can think of, because this is the foundation that is going to set you up for life. Now, let's get into it. What's up, everybody? How you doing? How you feeling? How you living? How you dreaming? How you being? It's your girl, Shar, and I just want to thank you for tuning into the Surviving Your 20s podcast. You guys know that I'm always talking about your 20s. I'm always talking about how important it is for you to know what to do, because this is the most crucial part of your life. This is like the foundation. This is where you get to control how the rest of your life turns out. No matter if you had a crazy start, if your family is crazy, if you messed up a little bit, you had a little bit too much fun. Now is the time to get a grip on yourself and lay the foundation for your future. So that's why I'm here. I'm here to put y'all on. All right. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. I'm 25 years old. I'm right smack dead in the middle of my 20s. And I felt like the girls out here need help. The sisters out here need help. You guys, now, I say that in the most humbling way. I'm not saying that you guys are out here making bad decisions. I'm just saying, like, I kind of want to help you. I want to prevent you or advise you to make better decisions going forward. I'm here to discuss relationships. I'm here to discuss family situations. I'm here to talk about your friend, that hating one, the one that be hating on you on the low, on the low. Yeah, I'm here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about everything. We're here to discuss everything, okay, so that we can excel, progress, thrive, and live our best life in our 20s. Okay, nobody says you have to wait until 40 to see the promises of the Lord. Okay, we ain't finna wait until we old and gray. We finna see it right now, and I'm gonna teach y'all how to survive in your 20s. All right, so I know you guys know, or maybe you don't know, but I'll tell you, I had another podcast called Night School Podcast with my bestie, but I moved out the state and things got a little bit hectic and busy, but this way I could be much more consistent. And, I could talk about a little this and a little that and, put y'all on and get y'all life together. Because y'all finna get y'all life together. Y'all got to get y'all life together. After this podcast, you will be changed. And if you're not changed, I don't offer refunds, okay? I don't offer refunds for your time. You just going to have to be like, all right, she was saying something, okay? But it's up to you, to apply the information that I'm giving to you, because we all know that wisdom is applied knowledge. You could have a lot of knowledge on something, but if you don't apply it, baby, you ain't got no wisdom. So that's what this podcast is going to be about. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to chime in on conversations. We're going to make this like a sisterhood. We're going to talk and we're going to get it in. Okay, period. Oh, I would also like to say, how could I forget? Let me get in on this camera. How could I forget that I'm going to have some amazing guests on this podcast? I'm going to have people who have lived it. They might be 40. They might be 50. I don't know. They might even be 103. I'm going to have amazing people on here so that, they can share their experiences, because I believe that we all learn and grow from experiences. We don't have to all go through it. Like, you don't have to go through that heartbreak in order for you to get on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you might hear somebody else's story and be like, all right, that's not my portion. I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm finna listen. Okay. So that's a very exciting part on this podcast that I'm super excited to bring to you guys. And also, the girls are struggling. The girls are out here getting meals, going on dates. I heard Kevin Samuel said that the girls are out here because they hungry and they going out on dates and getting meals. So we going to have an incorporation of cooking on this podcast, because I feel like a lot of y'all are giving it up for a slice of bread, and that is not okay. I know them Red Lobster biscuits. I know they be hitting. I know. But it ain't worth giving it up for. Like, y'all got to chill. So when I mean the girls are out here, the girls are out here, but we finna get it together, all right? After this podcast, I'm decreeing and declaring, I decree and declare that there shall be wedding dresses. Okay, you guys are gonna hit me up and say, Shar, I went wedding dress shopping because I've turned my life around. I am no longer thriving off of them Red Lobster biscuits, okay? I'm no longer giving it up for a night at the club. But guess what? I've turned my life around. And that's what I'm really here for. I'm here to transform you, not in the traditional way where I talk down on you, but where I share my experiences. And so you guys can learn and grow from that, okay? Because I, too, was a part of the Red Lobster Biscuit Club. I wouldn't say I was giving it up for the Red Lobster. I wouldn't say that, y'all. But I was saying I was sitting there across from somebody I did not like for some Red Lobster biscuits. And that's a bad place to be in. All right. But anyways, let's get into the main topic for today. And once we get into that, I'm going to wrap it up because it's the first podcast. And then I'm going to need y'all to do all that I say, to share it and listen to it and download it and all that at the end. Okay. So let's get into the first topic. So first things first, you guys know that I'm Christian. I love the Lord. Like, I really love him. But before I was living this life, I'm married now, so I could talk my talk. Because I would not be talking like this 3 years ago. I was living crazy. When I mean crazy, y'all gonna hear these stories on the podcast, so that's why you got to tune in. I know how you girls like that tea. I know how you. So I got you with that. But I'm married now. But let me tell you, I was a part-time Christian, so I know how I had one foot in, one foot out, getting crazy and lit. But I'm a base this first episode off of like some biblical principle. And to be honest, even if you ain't saved or you ain't Christian, this could be for you. Because let me tell you something about the Bible. It's just a book full of wisdom. And so, like I said, wisdom, that's what we need right now. So I'm going to go into, first of all, let's pray. Thank you, Jesus, for allowing me to do this podcast. And I hope these girls be blessed. Amen. So the first scripture I'm going to use is from Peter 5:5. And it says, in the same way, you who are younger, be subject to the elders. All of you clothe yourself with humility towards each other, because God resists the proud but gives grace to the humble. Come on. I like the first part of that. That's all I'm going to say. I like the first part. In the same way, you who are younger, be subject to the elders. Be subject to the elders. Like, I'm going to get another version of that. Another version says to submit. That's the word here. To submit. I know you guys don't like to hear that word. You might be like, yo, these older women, they be really hating on me. They trying to stop my shine. They don't want to see me progress. They mad because I'm wearing these cute clothes and they don't fit they clothes no more. Like, baby, I'm telling you, youthful exuberance and ignorance is a killer in your 20s. So you believing that you have the source, that you know everything, and that you're grown now and nobody can't tell you nothing. You can't even take a simple correction because you believe that the ideas that you have in your mind and how you feel like life is supposed to go is it. And anybody who's coming against that is now against you. And baby, that's not the case. Let me come down your alleyway. Let me drive down your street. Let me hit up your lane, baby. It's more like somebody saying, yo, that boy that you brought home, he ain't it. And you like, nah, I love him. He told me he loved me. He bought me a promise ring from Pandora. Baby, I'm telling you right now, they ain't hating on you. They ain't hating on you, baby. Not like, let me tell you, because you will look 2-3 years down the line like, yo, my mother was right. My auntie was right. This church sister was right. My friend was right. This man didn't even want me. He just wanted the cookie. Or he wanted, a little fling here and there. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about somebody giving you direction that could actually enhance your life. But because you in your mind have an idea of how life is supposed to go, you don't care what they're saying. You're just going against it. So that's what I'm saying. Youthful exuberance and ignorance is killing you in your 20s. You have to be able to submit and kind of allow yourself to think like, all right, let me give you an example. I've learned a long time ago, like going to church and especially learning in church, that I take everything with grace. People used to walk up to me and fake prophesy to me. Like, I won't get into that on this first episode, but you're going to get why I say this. Um, I would probably be like, what are you talking about? Da 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 da. Instead, I've learned to just listen to what they're saying at the moment, and then go home and reflect on what they said and see if it applies to me. Because that's what you have to do in your 20s. You have to say, all right, this is an older person talking to me. Why are they saying this? Where's this coming from? Granted, some of them might just be coming from a bad place, but some of them really might be trying to help you out. And 9 times out of 10, they're trying to help you out. So I don't feel like we should just walk around and believe that we know everything and we got the source, and nobody could tell us anything else because we know what's best for us. And I'm in a serious relationship now. I'm married at 25. I would have never thought that I would have been married, but I actually got married at 24, engaged at 23. Whew. Jesus took me out them streets. He took me out them streets, baby. But now that I'm on this journey, I would like to say that there's so much things that I had to learn. There's so much things that I've done in my earlier teenage years that I was like, wow, I have to pick up these pieces now. And thank God for my husband, who was very patient with me and, trying to help me and tell me what to do in order for me to heal. But I realized that I wasn't listening to those people around me who were actually telling me it's a dub. And for those of you, I know you probably are resonating with this because you're probably sitting there texting Daquan right now, and he ain't the one. All right, let's end the podcast. That's all I need to say. He ain't the one. All right. I don't mean to yell at y'all, but he ain't the one. All right. He just want to hit you up. He wants to have sex with you, or he wants to invite you into a lifestyle that you know is not right for you. Or maybe you don't know, but that's why I'm here. I'm here to tell you that leave Daquan alone. Leave even Charles. What's his name? Well, let's get another name. John for my white sisters. Muhammad for my Muslim sisters. Leave him alone. If he ain't behaving like he's supposed to behave, leave that man alone, okay? Yeah, so I'm gonna wrap up on that real quick, but I know some of you girls, the girls, I'm gonna call y'all the girls. I like that. The girls becoming women. I know you had little boo over for Thanksgiving and your grandmother had her nose turned all the way up, okay? Her nose was turned up to her eyelashes. And I'm telling you now, grandma could see it because she probably been through it. She probably could see some character traits in this person that she probably experienced it as a child. So she's warning you like, hey, this is narcissist behavior. This is a behavior of someone who doesn't have your best interests at heart, and I'm not talking about, oh, he didn't pull the chair out for you, because those things can be learned. I'm talking about like probably attitude and energy. Let's not forget the energy that we feel when somebody is around. We know when it flows, we know when it doesn't. And that's all. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stick a pin in that. I ain't trying to drop too much. I know it's heavy, but I ain't trying to drop too much on y'all for the first episode. But we gonna get back to it. All right. Also, send me a story if an old person, an elderly person, ever told you to not be with somebody and you did it anyway, or even your homie, your friend, your mother. Your mother could see. Trust me, your mothers be seeing. These parents be seeing. And you still went and did it anyway. And let me know how that turned out for you, because I want to hear. I want to hear these stories, because I'm telling you, your experience could probably help somebody else. Because somebody right now is listening to this like, I don't believe her. But send your stories in so I can know, okay? Okay. All right, guys. So, being that this is the first episode, we're going to lay some foundation down. I feel like it's important for us to do self-evaluations, to check in, to see how we are. I know some of you guys are probably hearing Chinese coming out of my mouth, another language, because you have never sat down to evaluate your decisions, what you're currently doing. And I'm not talking about job-wise. I'm not talking about career-wise. I'm just talking about what you're currently doing with yourself. And we have neglected ourselves, ladies. We have allowed Instagram and social media to dictate who we are. And so I'm here to let you know that in order for us to not allow the media to infiltrate our minds, we have to do a self-evaluation. For the first episode, this is y'all homework. Here are some things that I want you to ask yourself. First things first, what are some things that are in my life that are currently distracting me? And distracting could be a TV show, distracting could be scrolling on Instagram, distracting could be a boy, distracting could be a friendship that you know that you really need to let go. What is currently in my life that may be distracting me? And then on the flip side, ask yourself, what do I have currently going on in my life that is uplifting me, making me happy, making me make better decisions? Okay, we're going to start there. And then also, I want you to ask yourself, what are some things that I'm doing for self-care? What are some things that I'm doing for me? Not because my parents said so. I know a lot of us live at home still. We don't have the story of being married at 25 and moving out. So I'm dedicating this to y'all because that was my story as well. Just being home under somebody else's roof. You still have to implement some type of self-care, as in, okay, I'm going to take this time out to study my homework or read a book. And let me tell y'all, I'm reading now more than I have in my whole 12 years of going. Well, I'm in college still. But in my whole 12 years of going to school, I'm reading now more than ever, listening to podcasts, and that is my form of self-care and healing and just trying to better myself. So what is that for you? Is it taking a walk? Is it exercising? Let's evaluate where we are right now, because I know we're coming down to the end of the year. I know you girls got goals. I know somebody just signed up for Planet Fitness. I know that you guys are doing these things and you want these quick fixes, but let's hone in on what we could do right now and take a self-evaluation right now. I want you guys to evaluate how you're feeling. I want you guys to evaluate what you're eating. I want you to just write a couple of things down. Just journal how you feel. And you'll be surprised that when you start journaling that you just going to start flowing and going on and on and on. Just pick up a pen and say, hey, today I'm feeling X, Y, and Z. And you'll be surprised at how many things come out of that journaling experience. Now, in the next episode, what we're going to do is evaluate. I'm going to write it too, okay? And we're going to evaluate what can we do to make better decisions, to empower ourselves, to improve our lives, to have a better support system. What can we do? And that is the goal of this podcast. Who do I need to submit to? More importantly, you guys, I will always encourage you to submit to the number one man of the hour, which is Jesus Christ. And that's basically where my foundation comes from. I can't force anyone to do anything, but having faith in those things kind of helped me to live a better and balanced life, okay? I know you girls probably wanted to say that, I came on here and let me tell you, I got lucky. No, I did mad work. And you guys, let me be honest with you. On this podcast, we're just going to have to do the work. It ain't going to be no magic trick. It's not a 6-week program. And honestly, we're always going to be working to better ourselves until we're gone. I'm going to repeat that. Until we're gone, we're going to be working to better ourselves. Also, inbox me. Tell me if you've done it, okay? I might even make a worksheet. No, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a worksheet, and then you guys can fill it out and download it. And then that would be really cool, so I can see your answers and stuff. Also, I know Christmas is coming up. It is a lonely season. It is times when you hear the weather outside is wait, what's my favorite Christmas song? Come on. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Come on, somebody. When that song playing, when I was working at Macy's, I'm sorry, when I was working at Macy's, Macy's be wilding with the Christmas music. And I was single, and I was just like, who am I going to call? Am I going to call this person? Don't be like me. I'm telling you, it's tempting. My friends had a podcast yesterday. You guys can take a listen to that. I'll leave it here. Bing! And they were talking about unpopular opinion. An unpopular opinion is that Christmas makes you lonely. Hearing Christmas music. If you're single, mama, You know what I'm saying? If your family not in your face like that, you're gonna feel very lonely. Worse off if you're just working on Christmas or doing, nothing. People that's what they don't tell you is that people's portion on Christmas is actually nothing. They don't have decorations, they don't do anything. And that's the truth. So people feel lonely. It's the holidays, and you might want to force yourself into a situation that you have no business being in. And let me be clear, I'm talking about meeting up with someone for the holiday season and getting that holiday do I have to say it? Oh, you know what I'm about to say? You know what I'm about to say, girl? Stop playing. Getting that holiday D, and then feeling empty after you get that D, baby. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. So we ain't finna do that. So we're also gonna write how we feel about the holiday season in our journals and get it together, okay? Because we can't have this. We are not what we did in 2021. I know some of you still holding on to your pandemic bay. You boy, no. Hold on. Hold on. Producer getting crazy right now. You guys are still holding on to 2021, 2020 pandemic bay. Y'all know y'all was cozy during the pandemic. Y'all was during the pandemic, or what Floyd Mayweather said. Mayweather said it was a epidemic or a panorama or a Panasonic. You guys, the girls are getting real cozy. Let that man go. Let it go. Okay. We're not going to get into any ships during the holiday season. So now I'm going to leave you off with that. Okay, guys? Okay, girls? I know I might talk a little harsh, but excuse me. I'm from Canarsie. If you ain't know, from Canarsie. I grew up there, but I'm from Brownsville, baby. I just love the way that roll off my tongue. Brownsville, never run, never will. Yeah, so I may sound harsh, but indeed I am a decent human being who wants you to win and thrive and survive in friendships and definitely survive in your 20s. So I'm going to wrap this episode up, and I'm super excited once again that you guys decided to join me on my podcast. Like, it's so amazing how many people actually support me and hit me up and want to see what I'm doing and want insight on relationships and how I got my life started and got it together. And so that really humbles me. And I know that there's a mission out there for the girls to get it together. You guys are going to be weak because I'm going to say that every week because girls, we got to get it together. The girls, we got to get it together. So thank you for joining me on the first episode of Surviving Your 20s podcast. Be sure to download this episode. Make sure you guys like it if you're watching on YouTube, and make sure you guys share it, okay? Share it with that sister that you know she's struggling right now and she always get into a relationship around this time. Send it to her. Send it to her, okay? Tell her to download the little manual and get it together, okay? And also, girls, let me get in this camera. Girls, don't forget. These men after Christmas, they run off they go back to their girl. No, I'm just kidding. They go back. Some of them go back to their girl. Let's talk about it. We gonna talk. I am excited. Ladies, they're gonna run off till February 14th. Okay. And let's not better off. Don't stay with him because you think you're gonna get a Birkin. Yeah, okay. All right, girls, I'm going to end this podcast right here and right now. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I love talking to the camera. I love talking to you guys. More importantly, I appreciate your support. And I hope that you guys come back for episode 2. And these episodes are going to drop every Wednesday, okay? Every Wednesday, I'll tell you guys a time, but they're going to drop every Wednesday consistently. And we're going to work on ourselves. So cheers to thriving, surviving, living good, breathing, and flourishing in your 20s. Later. Wow, I'm super excited that you decided to stay until the end, girl. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Surviving 2.0. And if you have any questions, comments, or anything you want to get off your chest, girl, send me an email, surviving20spod@gmail.com. I'll see you next week. All right, make sure you do your homework. Toodles.